Nanobanana Pro has just been released and it is absolutely bananas. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to run you through everything you need to know about Nanobanana Pro, how you can access it, the best ways to use it, how to prompt it correctly and stuff. I'm going to be running through how you can create awesome product images just off one hero image, using it to streamline or automate your content creation, so creating like viral Instagram posts or even ad creatives, using it for branding, like taking your logo and putting it on cool stuff, creating lifestyle images for your products, cool product shots that are super unique. And before today, it would have literally required you to pay expensive like VFX artists, creating custom icon sets and website assets, plus so much more. So stick around to the end, you're guaranteed to get value from this video. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive straight into it. So alongside the release of Gemini 3 by Google, they've also released their newest image generation model, which is Nanobanana Pro. So the previous model before this was just Nanobanana, and that ran off Gemini 2.5 Flash. And that was already a massive jump forward when it comes to generating images, especially with text. It did a really good job of generating images with text, and also just making like high fidelity little tweaks. Like you could upload a photo of a face, a photo of a person, and say change the background to this. It would keep the person the same, which all other previous image generations struggled with. But let me jump out of this. But they've released Nanobanana Pro, and this is literally one of the biggest jumps we've had forward with image generation. This is hands down the best model out there, image generation for most tasks, especially things involving text. So my newsletter went out the other day. These guys were the first to get the rundown. But the key upgrade with Nanobanana Pro is firstly better text representation. So text renders now better than ever. It still struggles a little bit with intricate small text. Like if I can find an example here when it comes to like packaging and stuff. Like this one here, it's done an amazing job, just except for this text here, which is just a little like, not perfect. But with super intricate small text on labels, it still is going to struggle a little. But if you just prompt it enough times, you'll eventually get it to work. But for like headlines, logos, body copy, anything, it's pretty damn good. The second major change is its reasoning on top of image generation. So not only are you giving it a prompt, but it's also thinking. It's not just doing like, it's not just like monkey see, monkey do. There's a brain behind the image generation. Great example here by the Google team is they gave it this image of a plant and said, create an infographic about this plant, focusing on interesting information. And it's actually gone and found the plant. So they've just given it this image and a prompt, no information. And it's actually gone and identified the name of the plant, scientific name, where it's from, etc., etc. So that's what I mean by reasoning. It's actually, there's a brain behind it thinking. 3 is high fidelity image editing. So this, like Nanobanana was already one of its strong points, but it's just been accelerated further with Nanobanana Pro. So just uploading images and asking for little tweaks, it will get it spot on. So here are some amazing examples of this. So changing the aspect ratio of an image. So as you can see, it's extending it. Things like changing from daytime to nighttime. Taking the exact same image but just changing the lighting. Making the subject blurry and then the stuff in the foreground more focused. And then the fourth major change is resolution bumps. So you can now generate in 1K, 2K, and 4K outputs. So you can get like really nice, crystal clear images output. So as an online business owner / solopreneur, this opens up so many doors. So I listed off just a couple of things here that this just excels in. So product photos, custom icon sets, like assets for your website, social media content, ad creatives, professional headshots, graphs, infographics, thumbnails, image editing, logos, branding, like literally everything is now possible. And also opens doors for automated workflows, things like agents that take your YouTube video and then spit out a thumbnail in your style based on the content of the video, or an agent that converts one long-form video into 5 Instagram carousels. So there's a couple ways to access Nanobanana Pro. First way is just through Google. So if you head over to, you need to change this to thinking with 3 Pro, make sure that 3 Pro is selected, which I've already hit my limits, and then you're going to go into tools and create images, and then that will ensure that you're using Nanobanana Pro and not the old Nanobanana model. But this is my least favorite way to use it, since you have no controls over like the aspect ratio, so what size of image you want, or the resolution. The second way is with Google AI Studio. So if you head over to aistudio.google.com, you can access it through here, but you'll need to create an API key and link it up. It literally takes 2 seconds, but this gives you way more control. So as you can see, you can change the resolution and the aspect ratio. But my personal favorite way is to use an aggregator. So I use a platform like Higgsfield. There's also OpenArt and Artlist. There's a couple of them. And basically these are just platforms that allow you to access all the top photo and video models all in one place. So as you can see here, it's just in one neat interface, and I can choose any of the best models that are out there. So far, I've just found simple, plain English prompts work best. No need to overthink it. Literally just describe what you want like you're talking to a human, like literally like you're talking to a designer. And then when you upload reference images, just clearly define the role of each one. For example, use image A for this, B for the art style, C for the background. So the first thing I tested was I got, as you can see here, if we go edit prompt, I got this image here of this cool looking garage. And I got an image of this coffee table book. And I got this coffee table, which is this cool, unique glass coffee table with this cool design. And I just said place the coffee table from image C into the scene in image A and place the book in image B on the coffee table. And it has just done it like flawlessly. Look at this. The book is a little bit screwed up there. Like the text isn't perfect, but I'm sure if I just ran the prompt a couple more times, I could get one that I was happy with. But look at this. The coffee table is just spot on. Look at the reflections on the glass. You can see through the glass. It's just done it perfectly. So this one just like blew my mind. The next one is I got this image here of this nice little Rolex, and I asked it to basically I gave it this big prompt about making this cool image where all the parts are like extracted out. And it's done this incredible image here. Quite often I'll just type the prompts myself just using plain English, like I'm talking to a designer. Or what I'll do is I'll have a Gemini or a ChatGPT tab open too, where I'm just giving it images and then asking it to write me prompts. So I just gave ChatGPT my shit prompt, which is like the watch is there, that it's been taken apart into each piece or movement, improve the prompt, and then it gave me a better prompt. And I've just said, like, gone back and forth with ChatGPT. So this is known as meta prompting for those that don't know. And it's basically where you use one AI to write your prompts for the other AI. So I just chat with ChatGPT back and forth, and it's just writing me the prompts. And I'm just going back and then running the prompts until I'm happy. So as you can see here, that's what I've done for this watch. And then I've also asked it, it's given me the idea to do like a watch making one. So it's written me this prompt to do the watch on like a workbench, which is these results here. The next one I tried is I had this little image of this cool Patagonia bag, like pretty unique, lots going on. And then I wanted to put it in this image here. And I just gave it a simple prompt, add the hiking pack in image A onto the floor in the bottom right of image B. And it's literally done it perfectly. Look at that. Everything, all the details of the bag are perfect and the proportions are good and it's just literally perfect. The next one is I had this image of this camera. And I wanted to create some product photos taken from different angles. So I've just said, ask ChatGPT to write me prompts for different angles. And then I've just been running each of these prompts, just giving it this one reference image. And as you can see here, it's done like the other side. I put together this little thing here for the newsletter. But as you can see here, it's taken this and it's done it from different angles. And it is spot on. Everything is perfect. Like you've got this little red dot here that you can see in all of the other images. The text on the lens is the same. All these controls in the same spot. And the thing that blew my mind the most is in the original image, there's a logo on here, but this is low quality, so you can't really see, but there's a logo, but it's like the angle it's taken, the light has bled out the logo. And because it's like etched in, but it's somehow known that the logo was there. And in this angle that I generated, it's got the logo on, and it's the correct logo. The camera brand's Leica, and it has gotten the logo spot on. So that one there just completely blew my mind. And by the way, these images look a little blurry, but when you click into them, they actually are very good quality. As you can see here, there's that logo. I also had this little image from Pinterest, and I wanted to add the watch in. So I just said, add the Rolex watch from image A into the tray in image B. Keep the watch true to size, blah, blah, blah. And it's done an amazing job there too. Nanobanana Pro nails it when it comes to product images. So placing your product into lifestyle imagery or getting like some crappy photo of your product and turning it into really good quality studio shots. Next up, I played around with these. I had this image of these Golden Goose sneakers, and I just gave it a simple prompt, like using the sneakers from image 1, create a clean, blah, 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 angle shot on the same background. And then I took this image and then I started generating like these above shots, side shots, this close-up one. This was amazing. The level of detail in this was just absolutely mind-blowing. Done some ones from the back too, which it got right, which is just crazy. I did the same with this product image of this moisturizer. So I had this like little tub, and then I got it to do this one here of someone like scooping out the moisturizer, and another one of the tub like on this guy's model's shoulder. And I could literally just take these images, plug them into a video model, and get like, make the image move of someone scooping it up, or another one of the guy like holding it, like moving his arm. And you could just like make them slow motion, put some music behind it, and that's almost like a Facebook ad there, ready to go. This is where like the model does still struggle a little bit, is the real intricate detail. So like it's pretty good for the logos and stuff, but just this like fine print text there. But I'm sure if you're prompting, you could probably tell it in the prompt, right, what the text is supposed to say. And it might do a better job of making sure that that text is correct. Another instance is branding. So if you've got like a brand and you're trying to really build a world around it and do these cool like product shots where everything's like branded, I got this logo that I liked and this photo of Pinterest of this old Italian dude. And I just said to do an image of the elderly man facing away with the logo tattooed on his back. And it's done it perfectly. Look at the detail there in this skin. It's just literally done it perfectly. And the logo is not like it's a complicated one. And it's done the logo spot on. Literally spot on. And you can't like, it looks so real that it's creepy. Next, I was trying out some like content for like Instagram posts, carousels, ad creatives, that kind of stuff. Like this one here is insane. Like you can use that. That's a viral Instagram post right there. And to get this, I've just said using image A as the style reference for layout and design, which is this one here. And I've just said, create this Instagram news post, show the CEO of Google standing at a desk, top left corner, write AI with Remy with the white interfont, which is done up here. Yellow breaking badge with the text I wanted. And it's done it literally perfectly. And if I wanted to have like a better logo in here, I would just give it better reference images. So as you can see off the reference images it's literally nailed this little swipe thing. Copied it perfectly over. And this is literally ready to go. Like this opens doors to workflows where you can have an N8N, like automated workflow, where it's creating this content. Because this was never possible before. You couldn't create content like this. You needed someone to actually design it, or you needed to like stitch multiple softwares together, like one to do the image, one to add the text. And it was very hard to do. I know people that did it, but it wasn't an easy feat. And then did one with Sam Altman with the same reference image, just said, do an image of Sam, hunched over the computer, added this text, and it's done it again here. Kept the same style, swipe thing too, which is amazing. But like these are literally ready to go as Instagram posts. I was then playing around with some Twitter style posts. I didn't even give this one a reference image. I just gave it a photo of my pill to use as the profile picture. But this is like those viral Twitter style screenshot posts. So these are very, very easy to create. So if you wanted to start automating your content, this is like a very easy style to start with. This one was pretty cool. So I uploaded this image of 3 brand stories that build a cult following. And as you can see, it's got like the guy's handle up here, these other little icons, and then his name like watermarked down there. And I've just said simply create an Instagram post text graphic, exactly the same style as image 8, except the text should say 3 free AI tools you should be using right now to grow your business. And this is the result. Literally impeccable. And it's kept, if you notice closely, this is like the attention to detail that is like really moving the needle. You can see up here, it's kept this exactly as is. His name, the picture, kept this the same, and kept this watermark the same, which is just nuts. Like you can literally just automate all your social content now. Real quick, we are living through such a special time right now. You can do more as one person with less time and less money than entire corporations could before, all thanks to the use of AI. But it literally feels impossible sometimes to keep up with everything that's happening because it just moves so fast. And you don't have time to live on X all day, keeping up to date, watching hours of YouTube, or reading every OpenAI press release. That's why by signing up to my free newsletter, you're entrusting me to cut through the noise, to watch all the videos, read all the releases, try all the tools, and to distill that down and bring you only what matters. If you head to aiwithremy.com, you can sign up for my free newsletter, and each week I'm just going to send you one value-packed email with only the news that matters for your work and for your business, the tools worth trying, copy-paste prompts, and 5-minute tutorials to help you make more money and save time. I hope to see you in your inbox. Moving on, the next major use case is custom icon sets. So I found like these are difficult to replicate. I found this little sheet on Pinterest of these like Chrome style icons. And I was thinking that'd be a cool icon style for like some modern like finance banking company, like Revolut type thing. And I just gave it this reference image and said, create a shiny 3D object icon. So card icon, lock icon, etc. Floating in midair, blah, 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 blah. And it's done perfect, like these cool Chrome icons. I also tried it with these Notion style icons, which it's done an okay job of. But I feel like these are pretty generic and I didn't really spend a lot of time on it. I also tried it with this other icon style. So these icons are really, really unique, like super unique style that stand out. and it's not like easy to replicate. And I've given it these 4 reference images, and then I asked Gemini. So one thing I have been doing is I've been opening up Gemini. I've been having mixed results between using ChatGPT and Gemini, so I'm just playing around with them. I've got them both open and I'm running the same prompts to them to see which outputs I like better, but I haven't really decided. All I know is that Google's much better at analyzing images. So I think for these icons, I did use Gemini. I ran them into Gemini, said, analyze these icons and articulate the exact style in a way that a designer or illustrator could create new icons in the exact same style. And then I asked it to create a prompt to do a light bulb. And as you can see here, these icons, and I did a laptop and a pen and paper, and these icons are all spot on. Like the stroke width, so like the line width is the same on all of them. So it's another great use case for Nanobanana Pro, is creating these cool branded icon sets. Another one here I tried is this chair. So I just took a photo of a chair in the offices that I'm at and just asked it to do a product photo. And it's like done a pretty good job of just this crappy photo and this really simple prompt. Next thing I was trying out was thumbnails. So this is like one of the workflows I'm going to be building literally this week, is a thumbnail creation workflow. Because if you're a content creator, YouTube thumbnails are like the most important part of your video. And good thumbnail designers cost a lot of money. And also if you're doing them yourself, they take a lot of time. So I tested out with this sort of style here, which it did a pretty good job at, but I just didn't really give it the proper inputs. Like I didn't give it a picture of myself to use or anything. But then I tried doing it with this style. So what I've done here is, this is a photo of me and the goat. And I've just said, create a YouTube thumbnail, take image C, keep it as is, preserving the subjects, their poses, everything. Apply subtle fade to the background so that the subjects stand out. Overlay the text, how to win in the AI age. And then make it the same style as these. So Daniel Priestley, he's got like a nice thumbnail style like this. And then I've just given it this image, and now it's created this thumbnail, how to win in the AI age, which is like literally exactly what I wanted. So I thought this was a really cool use case for creating YouTube thumbnails. I also tried out this like social content style. So there's this guy, Drex Design or something. Sahil Bloom uses a lot of his stuff. And he's got this very specific style of graphics where he shares like inspirational quotes along with these graphics. And I've given it some reference images here and just said create a graphic in the same style. And then I've showed it what text to use. And it's done an amazing job. Look at this one here. You can't win if you don't start. You can't lose if you don't quit. It's got this graphic of this little guy climbing a mountain. Main reason we don't achieve long-term success is rarely because we lack the ability. It's because we lack the willingness to overcome the challenges required by our biggest dreams. It's not the world that holds us back, it's ourselves. And it's even got the little logo here because every single one of the reference images I gave it had his like @ somewhere in the design. But this is just fucking mad. This is so cool. But this is just crazy. Like the quality of the outputs is just like absolutely unreal. So one of the improvements I mentioned earlier was that the model like reasons. There's actually a brain behind the image generation. And what this unlocks is the ability to create these amazing infographics and graphs, like accurate graphs. So this is one here about coffee consumption per capita. It's generated this graph here and the numbers are actually accurate, which is just mind blowing. So you can actually create graphs, take like information and turn it into charts, bar charts. And it's actually gonna, the graph will be an accurate graph. These are some other examples that users on X have been creating, just all sorts of infographics. I thought this one here was pretty cool. He's taking a picture of himself working out and it's like annotated it, highlighting all the muscles. This would be cool like if you're creating content, you could have a video, right? If you're a fitness content creator, you can have a video of you working out, snap one of the frames and then create this infographic and then chuck this into VO3 as the start frame and end frame and have it animate. And then you've created these cool like motion graphics. So it's like you working out and then all of a sudden like everything starts highlighting and being annotated. And it's just a super easy way to create like these cool animations. Another use case is headshots. So I think this was in my newsletter the other week. And this one here was using the old Nanobanana model. And this is still great. So you can imagine it'd be even better with the new model. But taking like just crappy photos of yourself on your iPhone or your camera, and then getting them made into nice looking studio shots that can be used for like headshots on LinkedIn, socials. Or this one here I used this for YouTube thumbnails. So this just opens up so many doors that were never possible, and especially even more doors when it comes to automated workflows where you're having to create content. But that's all for this video. I hope you guys got value from seeing some of the stuff that I've been tinkering around with. Hopefully you got some of your creative juices flowing, spark some ideas about how you can start using this amazing image model. to get even more leverage within your business.